Modern Warfare needs more missions like this in the game. What do I mean by that? What's up guys, X2 here and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. In today's video we're going to be explaining why I think the devs, Infinity Ward, should add more missions like Clean House into multiplayer or Spec Ops. Now, let me elaborate. So, right now, this whole week, I've had no internet. The internet was shut off. I'm not going to go into details because that's just, personal information. But, internet shut off, so I decided to put some ideas I had written on my computer notepad, put them into a video, and boom, this is where it started. So, me and my buddy Noel, you guys know Noel, his channel is always down in the link in the description. There should be videos going up, hopefully towards the end of this week and next week. Again, I have no internet, so I don't know when this video will go up. But we've been talking, and ever since we played the mission Clean House, which you're seeing in the background right now, on loop because it's my favorite mission from any Call of Duty of all time, let alone in this game. We've been talking, we're like, you know what would be really cool is if Infinity Ward, the devs of Modern Warfare, would put Clean House-esque missions into either the tab of Spec Ops or the tab of multiplayer. When I mean tab, I'm talking about like a separate tab on the menu. There would be too many because we already have 4. We got campaign, multiplayer, classified, and the shops, and Spec Ops. So yeah, we got 5. I think, yeah. We can't do that because we know what Classified is. Classified is the Warzone, their Battle Royale, which I think is going to be really cool. But I digress. Now, picture this. Infinity Ward sees this video. Also, quickly, I want all of you to watch this video to spam Infinity Ward. On Twitter, on Instagram, I don't think they have a Snapchat. On Facebook, spam them this video so they can see it and go, you know what, that's a good idea. Anywho. So picture this. Infinity Ward hears this video, and they decide, you know what, this man's right. And they decide to put missions exactly like Clean House, but just, randomly generated with AI, house layouts, maybe even ship layouts, and so. They decide to put this in the Spec Ops tab, because co-op. You can play up to 4 or 5 people, and maybe some AI friendlies to make it more, tactical, like you're actually raiding. They could put Clean House as the first mission, release Clean House as the first mission inside this Spec Ops. And what they could call this is they could call this Night Raids, or I don't know, something more, a tactical name or something. Sorry, I forgot to mention that I would like for these scenarios and Clean House itself to be 1-to-1 scale with real life. So, because I don't want, if you're going to play with randoms, I don't want them running around, shooting shit and jumping around and sliding around corners and stuff. I want it to be 1-to-1 scale like it is in the campaign. I know it's going to be kind of hard to develop for multiplayer, but I would really like for it to be 1-to-1. That way it feels tight. It feels tense, scary, and you're slow and methodical, and you have to do it like, the real life tier 1 operators do. And it'd make it 100% better if it was 1-to-1 like it is in the campaign. Night raids could be cool. They could just call it raids, tactical raids. I don't know what they can call it, but they could basically have randomly generated layouts of buildings and AIs and scenarios. So let's say the first mission is Clean House, but the AIs within Clean House are randomly generated. And you can breach within any floor. You can helicopter rappel in. You could loud breach through the front door. You could do what they did in the actual Clean House mission. Very silent. Two men go under, I think it was the garage. And then your character, which is now we know is Gaz, uses the ladder to get into the window in the kitchen. There's a lot of different things they can do with these night raids for Spec Ops. And I think it would be really, really fucking cool. And you could do it like you did in COD 4, where you can race to beat people's times. You can race to beat the devs' times, your friends' times. They could do like competitions. Whoever gets the fastest time unlocks rewards for multiplayer. That would be really fucking cool. So let's say they add 4 missions at launch. They got clean house and like 3 other. The second mission would be you're doing a raid on a boat. Let's say terrorists took over a boat and you got to raid and neutralize all the terrorists and get the hostage. The second mission you could be, I don't know, like in Navy SEALs raiding a terrorist compound or something in Afghanistan or something. I don't know, or the fictional place where they are in the campaign. I forgot the name of it. But you could go into there, or some just very different scenarios and AIs, and that would just be so fucking cool. And then for people who just want to like train, they can add a kind of like what the SEALs do. Basically, what I'm trying to say is before you enter into the real mission, there is a training part before the mission you go into that's laid out the same way with just, you know, fake targets where you can go in with your buddies and practice before you go into the real thing and actually do the real mission. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I don't know how Infinity Ward didn't think of this. Like, this is fucking cool. Imagine like the new SWAT game coming out, which is not called SWAT, it's called Ready or Not, mixed with Modern Warfare, and that would just be absolutely just amazing. Basically, take everything from Clean House and put it into different scenarios, different layouts, and different AI per mission in a Spec Ops mode. Like, one that would bring people to Spec Ops and make it a lot more fun, because right now Spec Ops is ridiculously stupid. And not to mention, Xbox and PC players don't have Spec Ops Survival. I don't know when that's coming out. I think it's coming out the same date the game came out last year. Excuse me. But it would just be amazing. Like, they launch it for Spec Ops, it comes out with 4 missions, and each DLC they add 2 more, or 3 more, or just like every day they release a scenario. They could do that on Clean House. They could just release a new scenario on Clean House until they release new maps. I know that would get boring and repetitive, but it would be kind of fun for a couple months. Let's be real. Like, doing these tactical raids would be so fun with 2 of your friends, 4 of your friends. Well, 3 of them if you're counting yourself. I think it would be absolutely amazing. Infinity Ward, if you happen to see this video, I hope you do, because I hope the people who watch this video span you and you actually listen. And I know you guys got priorities like patches, bugs, playlist updates aren't that much of a priority, but people can argue that. But if you happen to see this video, which I'm hoping you do, you need to do this. Like, this would be absolutely amazing. We take Clean House, we put it into Spec Ops, and Spec Ops has its own tab, called like night raids or tactical raids or whatever you want to call them. And you put Clean House in there, and then give Clean House like 4 different options of different scenarios and different, or wherever AIs are, the AIs are different. So let's say the little dining room area in Clean House, there's 3 enemies there. Let's say in a different scenario, there's no enemies there, and the 3 enemies are the floor above you. And then, you know, vice versa with different AIs. And then you add an extra 3 missions on top of that when you launch this new tactical or night raids or whatever you call it. In different scenarios, different house layouts, even like ship layouts. Like, basically make the first mission of COD 4 a shortened version, but a more tactical, methodical night raid. And then you get the hostage, and then you have to extract. Making the ability to having to extract would add a more like top level. Like, I'm not saying for the Clean House mission you'd have to extract. You can just end it there when you complete it. And then the second one you'd have to extract, like the boat one, for instance. You go through, you neutralize all the terrorists, you get the hostage, and then you have to get into the helicopter and get the fuck out. Now we could do this like the old Spec Ops missions where you got 3 stars and then you get a time. Like I mentioned in the sort of the beginning of this video, that you could race against the depth times, like in COD 4's FNG mission, or you could race against your friends' times. You could get 3 stars, so you got to get 3 stars, and then you can race against your friends' times, depth times, or just try to get on that leaderboards. And then you could even add like an arcade version where you get points to level up. This might take away from the tactical aspect from it, so I don't know about that part. But I do know that this would be 100% way better for the Spec Ops mode. It would make it 100% more fun. That's what I think, at least. Alright, so I digress. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know what you would add down in the comments too, or what would you dislike. I think this would just be an amazing way to bring players playing Spec Ops, because Spec Ops for me, it's fun for like a little bit, and then you get bored of it because you're getting destroyed by the AI who, not only takes 20,000 bullets, 2, they kill you in like 2 bullets, and 3, sometimes they glitch and you can't complete it to get the correct time. Again, this would have to, when you complete these night raids and stuff, you would get rewards for multiplayer. So let's say you get a nice ass skin or something. Also, for your weapon and your operator, I do want to mention that you will get a fixed loadout for this. And then you could potentially unlock that loadout for multiplayer. But without further ado, like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you in the next video. Adios, guys.
Floor secure.
Good call on the door, Garrick. Right at the stairs. Bravo 6 taking the 3rd floor. I will not betray the wolf. Then let me help. I don't want to be here if you're gone. Let me go. Let me go. Check your shot.
Hands up, now! Secure. Suck the kid up. Secure.
Last floor. Take point, Sergeant.
Locked.
Try and take him alive.
Down, get down, get down!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot, please! They were going to kill
Don't
me!
move!
They
Stop!
locked me in here!
Clear.
All teams, townhouse secure. Commence SSE.
Oh, fucking hell. She was going for a bloody detonator.
Good job we dropped it in.
We made the right call, sir.
We'll bet your ass. We got a location on the wolf.